Today we're being joined by top experts to help you find the best eating plan for you. Registered dietitian, longevity nutritionist, and the author of Healthy Cooking for High Performers, Ella Davar joins us now with the importance of eating anti-inflammatory foods. Welcome back to Bloom.
Thank you, Gail. I'm so excited to cook with you today.
Well, I'm excited about this too because sauerkraut is one of my favorites, and I've always just grabbed the can, but you say it's easy to make on your own.
I know. I used to be intimidated of fermented food as well, specifically when it comes to cooking now. We know about the benefits of probiotics, right? Healthy gut, healthy body. It helps us to thrive and glow from inside out. And it's actually so easy to make at home. You know, the cabbage is the cheapest vegetable that we can find, and all we need is salt and thyme.
That's it?
Yes, good intentions. I like to put.
When you say salt and thyme, do you mean like time on my watch or time the
cooking process takes a while, the fermentation process.
Gotcha.
So we need patience, good intentions, because we know how beneficial it is for us.
All right.
Basically, all we need is a head of cabbage, and then we slice it thinly and patiently, because it does take a while. We can use a mandolin. As thinner, the better, depends on our taste. And then once we chop the whole thing up, then we use a little bit of salt, and we get a little bit intimate with our cabbage, because we gotta massage it.
You gotta massage it like you would kale.
Yes.
Okay, all right,
but
great.
a little bit longer, because the goal here is to squeeze out all the liquids and start off the fermentation process.
Okay.
When it comes to measurements, the recommendation is 1 or 2 teaspoons per pound of cabbage. So here we have exactly like over a pound. So I'm gonna have like 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
And then it also depends on your taste preference, right? You can always add more salt. So start out with lower salt input. So here we're massaging it, and after a while, within like 2 or 3 minutes, you'll see how the water will start to come out of it. And that's the goal. Yeah, we're squeezing out the juice. The salt draws out the liquids, and that's what begins the fermentation process. We're breaking down the fibers a little bit, which gets the liquid out. After a while, what we do is grabbing the jar, the glass jar, and putting it all together and leaving it for a while. Some people leave it fermenting for a week. I like to, depending on your taste preference as well. Mine is ready within 3 days because I like it mild and crunchy. And if you like it more assertive and sour, yeah, you can ferment it for a week or 2.
Okay.
So all you need to do is to pack it up in the jar container, pack it up really tightly, as tight as possible.
Okay.
Chop up some more. Cabbage is great for us. Then you can add, some people like to add turmeric, caraway seeds, dill, or even garlic. Depends on your taste preferences. This one is the most traditional, the most simple. Salt and cabbage, just to show you how really simple it is. So all you need to do is put it in a warm place, not a refrigerator, but in a warm place. So this way it starts off the fermentation process, because the cold temperature prevents it from fermenting. So we tie it up, but not too tight. Leave a little bit of the room, because it's gonna, when it starts fermenting, the bubbles and the gas will start to come out, and we need to leave the room for it to come out.
Okay.
And store it in a dark space for, like, you know, as long as you want. And I would start tasting it within 3 days and see how you like the taste. I like mine within 3 days, but some people like to keep it in a warm place up to a week. And then once it's ready, it's gonna look more of like this. You see how
Wait,
soft
that's homemade?
Yes. You see how soft it gets?
Oh my gosh.
And here, specifically, I didn't add anything. I didn't even add any garlic. So you see how much water and liquid came out of the cabbage?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Just 2 ingredients. Water, salt, and cabbage.
All right, salt, cabbage.
Yeah.
You obviously layered this one more and more and more.
Yeah.
And then, because I thought you were going to show me the difference between a store-bought and, you know, your homemade, but homemade looks exactly like the store-bought.
Yes, if you really put the intention, and this one's been fermenting for a little bit over a week, so that's why it's so soft and not as crunchy as the fresh cabbage would be.
That is amazing. I'm like just wowed by this. I mean, the last time you were showing me how to make my own lox using salt. Now you're showing me how to make my own sauerkraut. So let's talk again the benefits of having the probiotic foods into your diet, the fermented foods specifically.
Yeah, you know the trend right now, everyone's taking probiotic supplements because there's a lot of great benefits of it. And this one is, if you eat this, you don't need to supplement because it's so hugely beneficial. Our gut actually does the job. It ferments our food, from the moment we swallow it until we see it in the toilet bowl. It ferments itself inside our gut. And when we provide this for our intestines, we're helping our intestines with the gut-friendly bacteria to improve the fermentation and nutrient absorption process, and therefore help our body to thrive.
Just out of curiosity, how do you eat your sauerkraut? Do you serve it with things? Like, how do you present it?
I recommend, look, in the nutrition world, we call it a free food because it basically has 0 calories if you don't add any sugar. So you can eat it as much as you want. Add it to your breakfast with your eggs and breakfast sausage, as a topping to your lunch salad, or as a condiment for your dinner.
This is fantastic. Ella, thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'm
Gail.
so excited about